Today, we're going to be testing out the brand new browser use agent from Claude, which is basically been piloted for Chrome. So this allows Claude to essentially work inside your browser so they can click buttons, fill forms, etc. So you can see here they're talking about that browser use AI and how that's working with Chrome now. And this essentially empowers you to turn Chrome into like a browser using AI, which is really powerful. It's actually quite scary at the same time because now you don't really need to click buttons according to this, which is kind of wild. It can also send emails for you, like you can see, you can check through your inbox, take screenshots, and you can see here as well, it can even like run through your emails and those sort of things. So we're going to be testing out today, seeing how it performs step by step. If you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. And we're just going to start installing this bad boy. So let's take a look now. And we're going to go down to here. Then we can join the research preview. Let's get started with this. And we're going to give this a cheeky whirl. It's actually a wait list, I think. Let's test it out. Mukesh says, hi, sir. You're great for us. Happy to help. I might not be that great because if it's on the wait list, then I can't even test it out. Let's see. We've got said we're going to email you instructions once you can get started. So it's not actually live on the Chrome store. Interesting. All right. Well, that wasn't particularly useful, to be honest with you. Let's check it out. Let's have a look at Nano browser instead, see if we can use it that way. There we go. All right. So this is the way you can get around it. Basically, if you don't have access to the Chrome browser, the new one where you have to go on the wait list, then you can actually use something called Nano browser. It's available for free, but you would have to pay for the API key unless you're using Gemini, which I'll come on to later. And essentially, we'll get straight onto this. Mev Zuat says, I am tired of you adding misleading headlines to get more clicks. It doesn't reflect the truth. So essentially what we're talking about here is an agent that can control your browser using Claude. I'm showing you how to do it. Let's keep the vibe positive. So we're going to keep going through here. And what I'm going to do is just grab an API key from Anthropic, and then we'll go through here. What questions we got? Mukesh says, I am a non-coder, no tech guy, but I want to make AI agent with minimum cost. All right, let me show you how to do this. I want to show you how to do it the expensive way and the free way. All right, and then everyone gets some value out of it, and everyone can use it no matter what. All right, so if you want to use the paid way, you can go to Anthropic, and Anthropic is typically like better for it's typically better for controlling your browser and that sort of thing. The reason for that is because they were like the first ones that came up with this AI agent that can click buttons and control your screen and everything else. By the way, I think this is honestly like the way that the internet is going, this way the future is going, etc. So I'm just going to create a key. Obviously, I'm not going to show that directly on the live stream. So I'm just going to open that up in a separate tab in the background, my friends. Then we're going to copy that key. we're going to go back over to some of these comments are amazing. So I'm just going to paste that key in here. We'll click save here. CK San Diego says, is it insane or is it slightly unhinged? And I would say, you know what? I'm going to go with, let's find out. Let's find out today. I didn't put insane inside the title on the live stream. I might do on the organic, depending on whether it actually is good or not. Jesper says, hey, interesting topic. Thank you, sir. I hope you're well, Jesper, who is an absolute legend in the SEO game. So we're going to keep going through now. Paul says, the real non-avatarian Julian. It's the man, the myth, the legend in the flesh, my friends, in the flesh. So we'll be testing this out. You guys give me a hard time today. All right, so we're going to put this API key in here. We've got the models. And then we're going to test this out and see if it actually works. Now, basically, what you've got inside Nano browser, if I just talk you through this. So you got your LLM provider. Then you can plug in Gemini or you can plug in Anthropic, etc. Right? And you can add new providers. So you can use, for example, like DeepSeek, or for free, if you wanted to use this, you could use Olama, or you could get a free API key from Gemini and then plug that in here, right? If you want to get a free API key to control your browser with the AI agent, then what you do is you go to AI Studio, and then we are going to go to get API key at the bottom here. And then from here, you just grab an API key, right? So you can click on create API key. That is free within limits, right? And obviously there's different limits for different tiers, but that's basically how it works. And Paul says, how could anyone say anything bad? This stuff is amazing. That's what I'm talking about, Paul. You absolute legend. Are the guitars AI? Only the hair is AI. I'm actually bald, and I've put a nice little filter on here to make sure that the AI generates hair for me. So yeah, there we go. And then Jesper says, I'm also using Claude a lot at the moment, but for slightly different purposes. It'd be interesting to know what you're doing, but I bet you're doing a lot of SEO with it, mate. I bet you are. All right, so we're going to have a little cheeky whirl through here. And what he knew, this man knew that I've got AI generated hair. He's the first man that cottoned on. So we're going to go down here inside the settings. We've got general, we've got models, and we're just going to slap this out, right? So I'm just going to go with something basic. So I'm going to say, okay, just go to chatgpt.com. And what we also need to do is just make sure we've got the model selected as Anthropic. Now, honestly, I'm going to go with Sonnet because I know that if I'm using 4.1, Opus 4.1, in fact, you know what? I'll use Opus 4.1, but I know it's going to cost me. It's going to cost me big bucks, but that's the price that I pay for you peeps, all right? So we're going to put in the model selector here, Anthropic, boom, shakalaka. Let's just check you can go to ChatGPT. So you select your models over here, and then over here in plain text, simple language, you can tell it what you want it to do, right? Now, I'm not guaranteeing this isn't going to work first time. I'm absolutely not. So just bear with me. If it messes up, that would just be funny. So from here, we are going to open this up, and then we're going to click send. I'm just going to check, does this work or not? All right. So here's the thing. Depending on which API you use, that is going to change the quality of the results you get, right? So if you use a trashy sort of AI, then it's not going to work very well, right? So if you have Olama working with Gemma or something like that, that might not be the best thing to do for this. But if you use something like Anthropic, like you can see right here, I'm hands-free here. I'm hands-free. It's typing, it's looking at the screen, etc. It's navigated to ChatGPT as we requested, my friends, and it did it straight off the bat, right? So now what I can do if I want to take over manually is I can click stop over here, and you can see inside the planner section, it says successfully navigated to chatgpt.com. The ChatGPT website has loaded completely and is ready to use, right? You're currently logged in as Julian Goldie, you absolute legend. It didn't say that you're an absolute legend, but I added that on. I did, to be honest with you. CK says, just joking around, man. Love your videos. You're a content beast. Appreciate you too, CK. I know you watch a lot of the live streams, so I appreciate it. And Dana Joy says, I think you should make a video top 5 free agent. That could be a good one, actually. I quite like the sound of that. So let's keep going now. And Unconventional says, I thought your avatar sounded artificial until I heard your actual voice. It's even more artificial. All right. Don't know if that's a compliment or a negative compliment or a backhanded one, or if it's just a compliment in general. But I'll take it. I'm taking it all. So, my friends, if you are stuck on the waiting list and you can't use Claude, and these guys are putting you on the waiting list, even if you spend thousands of dollars a year with them, which is what's happened to me right now, then what you can do is you can get Nano browser. Just go to the Chrome store, download Nano browser, boom shakalaka. You can then from here start using it, right? So if we go and you can use it for free using AI Studio. Some people are going to comment, you can't use it for free. You can. Just go, chill out, have a bourbon biscuit, and get yourself over to AI Studio. All right. So from here, what we're going to do is we are going to type in here what we want it to do. Now, Abdul says, can you tell me what is this? This is an AI agent that controls your browser using Claude. All right. So that's essentially what it is. Let's have a look. If I'm logged into bolt.new, and we'll see if it can actually use bolt.new on behalf of myself, sir. And we are logged in there. So let's give it a cheeky whirl. So what I'm going to say, and we'll just test it to its limits. We're going to say, okay, go to bolt.new and build out a ping pong game, right? Because I just don't have time to do that myself, and we have to use these AI agents to do that for us, right? And so we're going to keep going through that. That's running the planner now. So that's going to be navigating in the background, right? That's going to be working its magic. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to answer some of these Q&As that we've got here. So Batcher says, bro, I've created an account on Fiverr. I'm not getting any clients. What should I do? I would recommend, number one, don't use Fiverr. That's step number one, mate. Don't use Fiverr. If you want to learn what really works and how to get clients, just check out the AI Profit Boardroom, go to the agency course. And inside the agency course, we show you exactly how to get clients based on what's growing us to an 8-figure company. And that's basically what we do all day to grow our business. What else we got here? Sumit says, what are the top 5 web browser like operator? So, I mean, if I had to really give you a list, all right, so I'm going to go with, for example, I would go with, I think, honestly, Nano browser is really, really good. A ChatGPT operator, pretty decent. I quite like the MCP inside Claude desktop, right? Because then you can plug in an MCP that links to your local files as well as to your browser. Additionally, I used to really like web browser UI, but I've kind of not used it for a while because it was just kind of technical to set up. That was a good one. And the final one that I actually really like is Lindy, right? And Lindy, what it can do is it can actually set up a VPS in the background. Whilst you're sleeping, it goes off on the internet. It does loads of Googling. If you haven't seen this before, let me show you this bad boy. All right. So you go onto Lindy here. And this is how I do my video research, by the way. I'll show you an example in a minute. So basically what this can do for me is it can go off on the internet and start browsing the web, right? So if I go to, I think it'll be actual agent. I think it will be that one, but let's have a cheeky gander here. All right, yeah, so basically what this does is on a recurring schedule, so every 6 hours, it searches Perplexity using this prompt, right? And then it sends an email to me using Claude, right? So it's using Claude to go through the internet, search stuff on Perplexity, look every 6 hours, and then email me with the updates, right? So let me show you my emails now, and I'll show you exactly what I mean, peeps, all right? So every 6 hours, a lot of people ask me, how do you stay ahead of the Google AI headlines and, you know, all the SEO stuff that you're doing as well? And, you know, how do you keep ahead with all this stuff, right? So every 6 hours, I have this AI agent that breaks down all the crazy stuff that's going on inside AI. And then I can pick like, right, boom, I want to create something about this, right? Or for example, if we have a look 9 hours ago, okay, great. Well, there's some crazy stuff going on here. Let's talk about that, right? And so this is one of the best ways to just scour the internet, have an AI agent that just researches the web, and then uses Lindy to do that on autopilot whilst you're, you know, watching Netflix in your flip-flops at home, you know, that sort of thing. Abdul says, oh, that's interesting. It is indeed, my friends. Creating a kids game using AI. Well, I mean, you could do that probably something like, I mean, Bolt would create something like that, you know. And if you need a really good backend, then you can use something like Data Button. We have training inside the AI Profit Boardroom for you there. Sumit says, can we get the prompt for headlines for AI you mentioned? Yeah, so what I'll do, let me grab that for you, sir. I'm going to grab this. Do you know what? I'm actually going to share this link for you. Make it available as a template. Let's have a look here. So I've made it available as a template. We're going to copy that link, and then I'll put this inside the AI Profit Boardroom for you, right? So if we go inside here, and then if you go to Lindy and you want to see an AI agent that can just, using Claude, go off, scour the web, find research for you. I've also got like a lead generation assistant, an outreach agent. Then I'm going to put my AI research, AI and SEO headlines agent here. All right. And then you can just steal it from me, right? You can steal all 5 of these agents from me. All you do is you go to AI Profit Boardroom, Classroom, SLPs, and then the whole collection is right there for you, right? So you can just grab that stuff and steal it from me. And that's how we make life easy for your peeps. All right. So let's have a look. We'll get back to Nano Browser now, which is the other one we were using, right? So we're going to click on Nano Browser over here. We're going to say, okay, what should we say? What should we say? I'm going to say, okay, go to or create a new Google Doc and write out a blog for me. Something like that. And we'll see if this works. So it's navigating, it says like, right, basically it plans out the process. It creates an SOP for itself, right? Step-by-step operating procedure. Then it plans out exactly what it's going to do. So it's like, right, okay, here's what we're going to do next. And you can see it's analyzing the page. Now, it's opened up a new document. Again, I'm not clicking anything or anything like that, right? So it's hands-free here. And now it's analyzing the page. And just to recap, it's already done stage 1 and stage 2 here. So it's navigated to Google Docs, it's created a new blank document, and now it should write the blog content inside the document as well. But let's see if it can actually do that, right? So it's analyzing the page now. And this is the moment of truth, my friends. Abdul says, is this safe? I would say don't try this at home. I'm the human guinea pig. Anything you do like this is super risky, right? So you've got an AI agent. Think about this. You got an AI agent that can literally control your computer, has all your logins, can do anything it wants inside your browser. And if you're not there, then it's going to just go off and do stuff, right? So do I think that it's going to be safe? Probably not. But that is the price I pay for you just to help you, right? Just to help you and show you what's possible as we go along here. So it's writing the blog here, right? So it's like away from distractions, ensure good lighting, blah, 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 right? And it's just writing out a blog. Again, I'm not touching it. I'm not controlling it, but the AI agent can control my browser. It can now create Google Docs, navigate through. We're using Opus 4.1 to do this. And if you want to do it for free, then you would use AI Studio, right? Crazy powerful stuff. Raymond, absolute legend, says, I followed you for around 1 year and I find your insights very valuable. I'm struggling to make an automation for social media with different software tools like Warp, Coda, Windsurf, Manus, and others. But I'm just not capable to bring to end and deploy. All right, Raymond, my friend, I'm going to help you out here. So what you're going to do, you're going to go over to the AI Profit Boardroom, go inside the classroom here, right? Inside the classroom, go to NA10 templates, and inside here, you're going to install the social media posting machine. Now, if you don't know how to install it, we've got a video tutorial for you right there, along with this full template. And you can just download the template and insert it into NA10 right there, right? That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is we do have tons of social media automations. So if you go to social, where is it now? Where is it? content. Oh, social media and video automation section here. Go inside there. Everything's waiting for you there. We got all the SOPs, all the processes, all the video tutorials. Boom shakalaka, we're ready to help you. Right. So that's how I would do it, my friend. If we go back here, it's now written the full blog post. I think it actually wrote it in the background, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see we've got a full blog post automated using AI and Claude. Right? How easy was that? That was crazy easy, crazy easy. All right, so let's have a look now. If we go over to juliangoldie.com, I'm going to plug that in. I'm going to stop this AI agent, right? And what I want it to do, as we'll see in a sec, is we're going to try and get it to create a blog post. All right. So I'm just going to say, okay, create a new blog post inside WordPress. Let's see if it can actually do that. And I'll say about SEO training in Zimbabwe, right? Because that is where things are happening now, my friends. So we're going to type in create a new blog post inside WordPress about SEO training in Zimbabwe. And it's planning out the process and it's analyzing the screen, right? So you can see how it analyzes all the elements. This is the AI, and you get to see what the AI is doing, right? So it's all right, click add new to create a new blog post. So it's clicking add new, as you can see. It's got the title and the type. So it's typing in SEO training in Zimbabwe, your complete guide to digital marketing success. And now what it should do is it should start typing inside the content area to add the blog post. Sportus says, let's go. That's what I'm talking about, Sportus. Absolute legend. I've seen you posting on the live streams, mate. I appreciate the support. Thank you, sir. So it's managed to write the headline. It's managed to create a new post. And now it's just got to type the content. Let's see if it can do that. So it's using the navigator to try and figure this out. Yeah, so now it's writing the whole blog post. I mean, it's a little bit silly, isn't it? Because what it's done is it's written it inside the title, but I'm not going to complain. Like, it's writing for me. This stuff used to take hours. Now we can do it in like 1 second, and it's writing a whole blog post for me, right? So you can see how it's now written the headers, it's typing on the page, it added the new post itself, it did everything for us. We're living the dream. All right, and it's just going through and adding this step by step. Yeah, so you can see how Claude is superior when it comes to operating your browser. It can do basically anything. You know, Jay says, for example, hello, sir, we can make anything with the power of the super agent. I think it does have some limitations. I'm very surprised it's worked so well so far, but it is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Batcho says, right now you're using an AI agent on your computer without touching it, making it do tasks for you. You can also use such AI agents in professional software like Unity, Blender, etc. I'm not sure, but I think like you could. I think you could. Yeah, I think it could use software for you, but only if it's inside the browser, right? It's not going to use your computer using this process. And then Sporter says, what can we use to bypass AI detectors? If you want to learn how to bypass AI detectors, right, go to the AICO Mastermind group. In fact, let's have a look here. It might be in the Money Lab. Yeah, go inside the AI Money Lab, then go to free AICO tools, free content humanizer. There's a video tutorial that walks you through exactly how to use it, right? So that's how you can do it. By the way, this is still typing in the background. How crazy is that? Raymond says it's frustrating. I'm not able to make one work, and I spend 5 to 20 hours daily. I mean, number one, 20 hours is a long time, right? So make sure that you're getting your sleep and looking after yourself. Health comes first, my friend. But also inside the calendar of the AI Profit Boardroom, you can actually jump on the NA10 automation masterclasses, right? So you see, every week we have an NA10 automation masterclass. Show up on the call, asking the questions you have. We'll just help you in real time. And this actually comes with unlimited tech support inside here, right? So if you sign up, you can see inside here, we offer unlimited tech support. So you create a thread, we'll answer your questions and help you as much as we can, right? So feel free to post in there. And Batcher says, does it only work in the browser? Yeah, it only works in the browser unless you're using something like computer use agent, right? Because you can get Claude to control your browser, I mean your whole computer, but that's a different software. We're looking at browser use today, right? So that's basically it in terms of how it works, how to use it, etc. You get it from Nano browser. It can control WordPress. It can build apps for you inside Bolt. It can use ChatGPT. It can create new Google Docs and write blog posts for you and that sort of thing. So basically everything that you need with this AI. It's by far the best AI agent that I've seen, especially if you're waiting for access to the new Claude browser that's got a waiting list, right? Now, Abu says, how much would Claude be charging for this per hour? I think it depends on the complexity of the task and how many times you rinse it, right? Let's have a look how much we've spent here. So I think I can check the Nano browser API and then just see how much it cost so far. So if we go to, here we go. Where is, it's been a while since I used this bad boy. Let's try and find it. So you can see the cost here of like how much it costs to use it. Opus 4.1 is the most expensive. If you want to use a cheaper one, then all you need to do is go over to AI Studio and get a free one. Let's have a look. Cost, yeah, so I spent $3.28 using Claude Opus 4.1, but how much would I pay a virtual assistant to do all that stuff? Probably like $30 or something like that. So there you go. Jay says, can we use it to make complex apps? I probably wouldn't recommend it. Deshan says, I joined the stream late. What MCP are you using? We're not using an MCP, but we are using Nano browser. So Nano browser is what we're using right here. Batcher says, can we use this AI to create designs in Canva? I don't think so, because I think it's got to be really, I mean, we can test it, but I don't think it's going to work very well. Let's have a look. I'd like to prove myself wrong. So if we go to Canva here, and I go inside here and I say, okay, create a beautiful page about Claude AI agents inside Canva. And we'll see if it works. I don't think it's going to work because I think something like design is probably too complex for this bad boy. But let's test it. And then Jay says, sir, can you find the best AI agent in this world? I mean, it depends what you want, right? But if you want something affordable and cheap, Nano browser is pretty cool. You know, what else? Lindy I use every single day. I love NA10, but it's less practical because it gets quite complex, to be honest with you. But yeah, if you want it. I mean, this is creating a new design, to be fair, whilst I'm talking to you, right? So you can see it's typing on the screen. It's creating a new design. It does seem to be using Canva. I don't know why it didn't just stay on the page, but you get the point. And then let's see what it does. So it's having a look through presentations and that sort of thing. But yeah, Pastor Tank says, does AI Profit Boardroom subscription work in Asia? Works anywhere in the world. You know, we have people from Asia, from Singapore. If you actually go inside the AI Profit Boardroom here, click on map, you can see where all the members are, right? So you can actually see, let's have a look here. I'm just going to stop the AI agent now because it managed to use Canva, which is pretty impressive, to be fair. But if you have a look here, you can actually see a map of where everyone is, right? So you can see If we have a look at Asia over here, you can see we actually have a bunch of people in Asia, right? Loads of people in Asia. So yeah, if you want to join the Asian gang, we've got loads of people here. We also got loads of people all over the world, right? I mean, it's pretty cool, isn't it? A lot of people in the US, quite a few people in South America. We got a few Australians over here, a few people in Africa, you know, as you can see, lots of people in Europe. So yeah, it's awesome. All over the world. Look at that. Crazy, interesting fact for you. We actually reach over 100 million people a year with our AI trainings across all our social media platforms, which is pretty awesome. And Cash Creator says, Lindy is great. I have to agree with you there. So I have to agree with you. All right, so we've covered how to use Canva, how to use Claude AI Agent, how to use it for free with Google if you prefer to use that. We have shown you how to build apps using bolt.new if you want it to build apps for you. So use bolt.new. You potentially could use Minimax, but yeah, basically you get it. Raymond says, I want to train an AI avatar to promote products. Yeah, so if you want to learn how to create avatars, right, go to the AI Profit Boardroom, and then inside here, go to Classroom. And then inside this section, you'll see all my trainings and how I personally create videos, right? So this walks you through a full recipe and training on how I build out videos. You can see another process right here. And that basically guides you through step by step exactly how to create your own videos. So if you want to do that, learn how to create avatar videos, etc., we've got it all inside here, right? And it's quite easy to scale. I will tell you that, my friend, as long as you quality control it along the way. So that's basically it from me. I want to answer a few questions inside the AI Profit Boardroom because I promise every day that people are going to be able to use, be able to get like video Q&As on some of the more complex stuff. So Victor, for example, he said, AI Insider newsletter. I've been subscribing to this newsletter for the last year or so, subscribe.daily.ai. And you can see an example of it right here. It looks really cool. And you can see an example of what it's posting, etc. So yeah, that's a pretty cool way to use this. What else we got here? Cameron says aspiring Facebook YouTube channel. You can see how quickly we get back to people, by the way, inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you want to get your questions answered, if you want me to create a video of your questions, then feel free to join and I can just answer them. But for example, Cameron was saying aspiring faceless YouTube channel. So that's really cool. I mean, honestly, like it's so easy to create these now and make money out of them if you have the right process down, right? So I don't want to say it's easy. Disclaimer is like it does take work and it takes a lot of quality control, but you can grow faceless YouTube channels like it's possible. What else we got here? So the AI GIF challenge. Yeah, so we do like these fun stuff like drop a GIF that describes your AI journey so far. People with tin hats and stuff like that. And then also Jonathan was asking, like, what's the best AI tool to turn an image into a short video? I would recommend using Gemini, right? So if you want to turn a short image into a video, you can go to Gemini. You can say, okay, Banana Man, maybe create an image. So create an image of Banana Man. It will generate that image, right? And then what you can do is you can download that and turn it into a video via Veo 3. So that's the way that I like to do it. But yeah, basically that's it. So if you want to connect with me personally, if you want me to make a video covering this sort of stuff, feel free to join the AI Profit Boardroom. And also we do 5 live sessions a week. Plus we've got the classroom. So link in the comments description if you want to check that stuff out. You see you can generate like an image like this. And then if you want to generate a video, just go to new chat, tools, create videos with Veo 3, plug in that image you just got right here. So let's upload that. And then boom, we'll click on submit. And that will basically turn this image into a video using Veo 3. So that's how you do it, Jonathan. All right, so I hope to see you in there. Cheers for watching. If you want us to just automate stuff for you as well, feel free to book in an AI automation session on that call. We can look at where you spend your time, figure out what systems you need to build it and automate it, and then we'll just go off and do that for you if you want to hire us as a client, right? Link in the comments description to book that in. Appreciate everyone watching, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.